few years back, I was doing a training program for the kids in Australia. Actually, they were not kids, they were youth like yourself. And when they called from the stage that this is Abdul Samad Khan, so the participants asked me, can you tell us your name again? I said, Abdul Samad Khan. Is it shorter version? I said, yeah, there is. This is Samad. Somewhat? Oh, no, it's not somewhat, it's Samad. Or some mad. Just some mad, not full mad. Oh, okay, this is some mad. So, ladies and gents, you can call me Abdul Samad Khan because I know you can understand my name. I'm going to talk to you about Markhor. How many of you have heard about Markhor, by the way? How do you know about it? National level. This is amazing because in the last 1.5 years, I have been taking up this brand to all over Pakistan, talking to the executives, business leaders, social leaders. And when we talk to them about Markhor, the first thing they asked us, what is Markhor? Ye hai kya bhai? So we used to tell them this is the national animal of Pakistan. And you know, this is what we do with our national things, the way we handle our national game, the way we handle our national language, the way we handle the national animal. So, and this is very surprising and good to know that these youth, they are familiar with their national animal. So Markhor is our national animal, and I'm going to share with you a story how this national animal is inspiring the youth of Pakistan and how we are taking this journey of inspiring young souls, inshallah. Little bit about myself. For last 13 years, I have been working as a corporate trainer. My specialty is basically into wilderness-based leadership trainings. We take executives to places like this, mountains, deserts, and through real practical adventure experiences, we try to teach them basic business leadership skills. So with this background, most of the time I'm found in the places like this, mountains, deserts, oceans. It's very rare when I come back to the civilization and cities. So this today is one of those days where I'm amongst the civilized people. So my friends and family, they usually call me Jangli. And I'm a software engineer. Retired after 3 months of my first job. Yes, and I couldn't continue my passion. Same as we heard about the story of Shoaib, that when he went on the journey of discovering his passion, he found that arts is something which comes from his heart. So I'm going to share what is coming out of my heart and how I'm going to find out that purpose in my life. So, by the way, we are sitting in an IT institute, so I'm not recommending you people to follow me, please. And my biggest gift in my life that I have received from Almighty Allah is cancer. I was diagnosed with cancer in September 2006, and I went through all that phases, chemotherapy, radiotherapy, and all those painful treatments. And Alhamdulillah, I'm recovered. I'm living a happy life. Why I call it a gift? Any guess?
Changed you?
Because the pain made you discover yourself?
Yeah. 2 reasons. Number 1, this phase helped me discover the meaning in my life, why I'm created, what is my purpose in the life, what I have to do, how I have to give back and contribute in the society. And number 2, my hairstyle. I got this hairstyle from that treatment. Since then, I'm continuing with this gift. And currently, I'm running this organization. It's called Youth Impact, which basically works with the young people all over Pakistan, and we do a similar kind of experiences. This is not an adventure trip. This is a leadership class going on in extreme challenging conditions. So apart from many other programs, the best one is Markhor. Markhor is basically a youth leadership conference where we take the young boys and girls from all over Pakistan to some mountainous place. We camp over there for a couple of days. We invite keynote speakers, business leaders, social leaders. They come and they share their experiences. They inspire the youth. And this is what we are doing at Youth Impact. And what you see in this picture, some of you may say, camps, igloos, snow, glaciers, mountains, extreme cold. but I call it leadership classroom. So this is basically a leadership class going on. In fact, going with my story, when I got diagnosed with this cancer thing, I went to my doctor. I was based in Lahore at that time. I went to my doctor and asked him that, why this cancer thing happened to me. I do not smoke. Maybe you can tell me some dietary habits that I need to change so that I could get recovered. Doctor, he was an amazing person. He said that we had done research all around the world. We couldn't find that why Hodgkin's lymphoma happens to anyone. But I have a clue for you. Go and ask yourself, find yourself that why it came into your life, it touched you and then vanished. So go and find the reason. At that time I was like, yeah, I'm not a doctor. How can I ask myself that why cancer happened to me? And in fact, that was the starting point. That was a question which resided in my mind. That was a quest where I started finding the answer that why this happened to me. And this is where I landed at NOLS, National Outdoor Leadership School. This is one of the leading outdoor leadership institution in the world, which is working since Second World War. And every year, thousands of youth go through their leadership programs. They transform, they become better human beings, they become better leaders, they learn how to make decisions in tough conditions. So what I did, the first thing after getting recovered from that cancer, my goal was to be at NOLS, prove myself that I'm still alive, I've got energy, and I can do something. Alhamdulillah, when I reached there, this is my picture from NOLS. I realized that in last 60 years, I was the first ever Pakistani who had been to NOLS or this kind of institution. So that was a pride moment for me, and I left this flag over there. Thank you. But that was, in fact, initially it was my goal in my life, that I have to reach at NOLS, I have to do this leadership program. When I did that, in Punjabi, you must be very familiar, there is a phrase called truck ki batti. So if you don't know, ask your friends. So I realized that this was a truck ki batti. I reached there and I felt, oh, it was just a beginning. I have to reach somewhere else. So the life is actually following those truck ki battis all the time. There I started getting the clue of that question raised by the doctor, that why this cancer thing happened to you. When I saw NOLS transforming the life of young boys and girls, I felt, why not I do the similar kind of work back in my own country, where we have got the best potential, best talent in the world. They just need direction, not just one direction. They are actually misdirected. They have no direction. So maybe they need to come back to one direction. So why can't I use the similar technology, the wilderness, back for the youth of Pakistan? So this is where I went on the quest to find more what's happening around the world. I ended up to this place called Outward Bound. This is in Australia. Outward Bound is another similar institution which does leadership trainings for youth. So I spent some time with them, worked with them. They are the pioneer again in the world. Then my quest took me to Malaysia, where I found this program. It's named Wilderness Malaysia, and it was amazing. Like you must have heard about Mahathir Mohamad. He brought revolutionary changes in Malaysia. He transformed that country. Now, one of his transformational initiatives were this thing. He sent 50,000 young boys and girls of your age, I include everyone, into these kind of expeditions. Go and learn your leadership potential. So Wilderness Malaysia was that institution where they took these 50,000 boys and girls. So I learned from them as well. Then my quest took me to World Challenge UK. And World Challenge does an amazing expedition. They pick 15 boys and girls, a bunch of young high potential leaders from UK. They send them to some remote places in the world like Kenya or Vietnam or Uganda. And these boys and girls, they spend a month over there on an expedition. They do some adventure work, they do some community projects, they connect with the local people, and in the whole process they learn about leadership. And then on their way back to UK, they serve as young social leaders in their own communities. So learned some good stuff. Actually, I theft some good stuff from them. And there's a long list where I worked and I explored around the world what's happening, what are the best practices, how world is developing young social leaders, and all those knowledge and all those experience I brought it into an organization called Youth Impact. Now, Youth Impact is based in Pakistan. I'm amongst the founders of this company. What we do at Youth Impact, we have a vision that we are young people. We need to work ourselves instead of expecting from the government, from all other elders. We need to take initiatives ourselves. And we believe that if by 2025, Youth Impact could develop 10,000 young social leaders who are ethical, who have got their strong values, who know their identity, who know who they are, who are committed, who are responsible, who are self-motivated, then inshallah we believe that we are going to have a positive impact in this country. And for that reason, we came up with this idea. We came up with a lot of plans, programs. This is one of my favorite programs. You know, this place is Central Jail, Karachi. And apart from this girl, these all boys, they are jailed. They are the juvenile offenders who do some crime, they get into the jail. So we go there, we work with these young boys, we help them change their mindset, be positive, kuch khuda ka khauf, kuch maan ki mohabbat, kuch watan ke liye ek tadap paida karna, so that once they go back to the society, they behave differently. Thank you. Developing young entrepreneurs, going to the rural areas, working with grade 9 and 10 boys and girls, teaching them and providing them hands-on experiences to do businesses, to be self-reliant, to be self-dependent, instead of begging or looking for jobs all the time. So this is one of another programs, we call it Smart Tajir. And what do you see in this picture? Hiking? Yeah, this program is called Chasing Snow Leopard. It's not about chasing and hunting and fighting or preserving a snow leopard. Basically, we believe that all of us have got a snow leopard within ourselves. So this is a quest to find that snow leopard within yourself. This snow-based program takes you to in those extreme cold conditions where you think that you are almost going to die, but you do not die actually. And you start living from that moment. And the best of the best is this Markhor conference, which is the subject of today's discussion. In this conference, as I said, that we select 100 youth from all over Pakistan. And from all regions, all provinces, both genders. We select group from all socio-economic segments, from all ethnic groups, from all religious groups. We bring them together with that extreme diversity, and we inspire them with our vision, what Youth Impact wants to do in this country, what we expect from you people, and then once they are ready to play their part, we send them to another program, which is actually part of our Vision 2025. Because Markhor is just an induction program where these young potential is hired into this leadership development, and then after this we take them through G77. This is a year-long leadership development program, a very unique because when we were doing this research, we couldn't find any similar model in Pakistan where any university, any leadership institution, any leadership school is coming up with so intense program. We did some international benchmarking, we developed some international partners. Now this is a year-long program where every young boy and girl who is studying in a university or a school, in parallel to that, he or she has to commit 20 to 30 hours per month for this program. It's a highly demanding program. So you have to do this thing, you have to commit, you have to sign, and you have to deliver. They have to go through social projects, they have to go further training, further mentoring, they have to go through certain expeditions, and they have to earn some money, they have to spend some money, very demanding, and at the end of the day, very few who qualify, they become young social leaders. They are certified as young social leaders. So this is our agenda, this is our actual program. Through Markhor, we inspire them, we connect them with us, then we put them into this leadership pipeline, and those who have got real leadership potential, they pass out as certified young social leaders. And this is our goal, this is our vision, this is the journey we are taking, where we think that if we could develop 10,000 such young leaders, inshallah we'll have a different Pakistan. Now what is the methodology? I'm just going to take you through this process. Awareness. We reach out to the masses, thousands of youth all over Pakistan. We make them aware about who they are, what is their purpose in life. Some of them they qualify to the next level and they get engaged with youth impact. And then further filter takes them to a next level, which is called development. We design some programs for their development, and out of them, some of them get retained with us. They volunteer their time, they work with us, they lead some projects with youth impact, and the best of it is lead. Those who actually are the leaders. And where we stand today, in last 2 years, we are a very young organization. In last 2 years, we have trained more than 10,000 young boys and girls all over Pakistan, from Gawadar to Hunza. And out of them, how many are at LEAD? 78. They are into that G77 leadership pipeline. And this is our vision that by 2025, if we have got 100 million youth, we should be able to develop 10,000 young social leaders in all districts, in all socio-economic groups, in all politically affiliated groups. Inshallah, we'll be having a different picture. One of the examples, just to share with you what do these G77 fellows do in the society. Recently, we got this assignment from the Dean of Institute of Business Management, and few of our G77 fellows, they went there, they took up this challenge, a social challenge, that they decided, okay, we have a project, we are going to make sure that every wedding in Karachi is going to happen in time. Barat time pe aa rahi hai, parlor se dulhan time pe aa rahi hai, barati time pe aa rahe hain, everything is happening in time. We did it. We did it, and this...
Shooting in Karachi?
In Karachi.
But 2 baje rak raat ko.
Absolutely. So the target is 9:45 dinner to be served. 88% guests were there at 9:45. I was here, I was getting a whole time. 11 o'clock, me and my team was at their homes, 11 o'clock. So just a month back. And this is what we got from Dr. Saab. So good news for boys and girls, next level project, we are thinking that we should make some efforts जहाँ पे जिन लोगों की शादियाँ नहीं हुई और उनके पेरेंट्स को बताएं कि please save your kids like this. Yeah, thank you very much. So young boys and girls, we are very much optimistic. We are hopeful that we are having a safe future, because these young people who are committed, who are ethical, who want to do something, who are not expecting, who are delivering, who are into giving mindset. Inshallah, with this paradigm, our country is in safe hands and we'll be having a better Pakistan. Thank you very much.